Happy Easter, everybody. You're not going to see it on camera, but I got myself a little, actually quite a big deer over there chilling. Anyway, okay, so buckle up. I got a little Easter story for you. If you're not a Christian, that's okay. Just consider the story a metaphor. All right? So, going through at church, we got Good Friday, Holy Saturday, Easter Sunday. It's the story of Jesus and how he was persecuted and eventually put to death on the cross, okay? And in that story, you have one of his most trusted followers, who was kind of considered at the time leadership for his disciples and the people that were supposed to back him, right? And in the gospel story, they're very specific in telling of an account how Simon Peter had denied knowledge or alliance or anything about Jesus 3 different times, 3 different occasions. Interestingly enough, Jesus predicted that this would happen. He told Simon Peter that this is going to happen. I think it was something in the book. I think it's, before the cock crows 3 times or something, you're going to betray me 3 times. And that's exactly what he did. Now, let's look at that story. Did Jesus then kick Peter in the ass and send him on his way and tell him he can't be a disciple anymore? No, he didn't. Right? In fact, in that story, Jesus is persecuted and abandoned by virtually everybody. And then what happens is he didn't sulk and be sad and go, "Oh, this always happens to me." Nope. In that story, he went through a death of sorts, physical death, spirit, and then rose again to be better. I mean, he's Jesus, so maybe he couldn't be better, but he rose again in that story. Okay, I'm obviously not a Bible scholar here, so bear with me. But yeah, so he rose again for bigger and greater reasons in that story. So let's apply that to our relationships now, okay? If in the story Jesus' most trusted people denied him and betrayed him, what do you think is going to happen to you? What do you think is going to happen to you when it gets tough? What do you think is going to happen to you in your relationships? Do you think you're going to have a girl that's never going to betray you? Never going to leave you? Guess again, okay? Think you're going to have a business partner or a person or even a friend in your life that's never going to betray you? Never going to screw you over? Guess again, all right? People are flawed. Human beings are flawed. You will get screwed over. Somebody will lie to you or betray you. Someone will do it. Someone close to you. Probably virtually everyone that's close to you will do it at least once in their life. And if you're with a wife or a girlfriend, or you're a female watching, you're with a dude, guess what? He's going to do that to you. He'll betray you. She'll betray you. Well, if you're weak, then you're one of those people that says, "Oh, screw me over once, then blah, blah, blah," and that's it, right? You don't forgive. You don't allow a person to change or move on and to be better. I'm not saying you forgive people and you let them keep screwing you over, okay? I'm not saying you don't set standards of behavior for what you're willing to accept. But what I'm saying is that people make mistakes and people screw up. And your partner in your relationship will make mistakes and will screw up. She will cross a boundary. She or he will effectively betray you at some point in that relationship. It's almost guaranteed to happen, okay? It's not the question of if, it's a question of when. But then the real question is, what do you do about it? Are you weak? Do you go and discard everything and never trust that person again? That's what weak people do. Or do you drive forward and let the person make some changes and demonstrate those changes? I think the biggest evil, one of the biggest lies, if we're going to talk about theology, maybe the devil ever told, was that people can't change. That's another thing you'll hear all the time. People never change, blah, blah, blah. Well, you can't change certain parts, about your biology, for example. But you can drastically change your behavior. You can drastically change your outlook. You can drastically change your outcomes. People wouldn't coach with me if that wasn't the case. So to sit there like a weakling and say, people never change, I got screwed over, I'm never gonna, blah, 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 that person again, whatever. You're being weak. You look at that Jesus story, Jesus was not weak. Jesus was very strong, because it takes a lot of strength to accept someone back, or to continue to accept someone when they make a mistake and they betray you. They betray you, but they genuinely are sorry for it. They genuinely make amends. They genuinely try to make themselves better. They drastically, or even in a minor sense, change themselves so it doesn't happen again. You still set your standards, right? But you allow for people to surprise you. You allow for people to meet those standards. And that's what Jesus did for us. He set the standards. He didn't say never make a mistake or I'll banish you forever. He said meet these standards, knowing that we would fall short. And when we do, we make ourselves better. So make yourself better when you don't meet your standards. You may have standards in a relationship. Standards are sometimes higher than what you can meet at different times. So guess what? You make yourself better. Your partner or other relationships that broke up, exes, things like that. So they screwed you over, so they betrayed you. So you loved them, they loved you, and they betrayed you. Guess what? Welcome to the world. Because that's exactly what everyone will do. Everyone. It's not a matter of that, if or when. It's a matter of what are they doing to change? And what are you doing to change? So that you make yourself better. So that they make themselves better. And so those betrayals don't happen again. And so that if you're in a relationship with somebody, whether it's, a sexual boyfriend, girlfriend, marriage, whatever relationship, or whether it's a business partnership, you look at those things and you decide to be better. But most of all, you forgive and you decide to let other people be better too. Happy Easter, everybody. Enjoy your day. It's beautiful out here.